most mechanics would have thrown up their middle fingers and said, get the, you know what, out of my shop. So one of the craziest questions I get, is actually a very constant question I get anymore, is, has YouTube changed how you run your shop, how you operate your shop, especially from some friends I have that also are shop owners? And the answer is, YouTube has ruined my shop. Now, when I say ruin my shop, I don't mean it's a bad thing. What I mean by that is the fact that the way that a normal person thinks of how a mechanic shop runs from day-to-day activities compared to the way my shop runs from day-to-day activities is a night and day difference. My shop originally started as your average day-to-day shop. There were no cameras involved. It was just you bring your car, you get it fixed, you pay, and you leave. And what it is today, and I've joked with several people, other YouTubers, is it's almost become a production studio. It's probably 20 to 30% a mechanic shop. The rest, as far as income-wise, the way the money works, it's really a production studio. Now, how did that happen? How did it get that way? So you guys have seen already a video here on VINwiki about how YouTube got started, or how I got introduced to YouTube in my life. But how it changed the shop is a completely different story altogether. It's not necessarily how it changed me as a person, but really the shop. It kind of all started in Halstead, in the medium-sized shop that I had in Halstead, where Tyler had gotten his YouTube channel started. This is before Car Issues Season 1. It was just Tyler and his then baby YouTube channel. It was really small at that time. And as anyone who has owned a shop or is a mechanic in a shop could imagine, having a camera in your face while you're trying to work really pisses you off. It can make you very angry. Because anyone who's run a shop for 15, 20, 30 years has a trained mindset of phone calls, estimates, get the cars done, we need to pay the bills, let's get these cars out of here. That does not work in my shop. It did originally. That was the original way that I ran it, but that is not the way that is ran today. There were times I actually thought, I don't know if this is going to work. I still want to run a shop. I still want to fix cars. I really enjoy that, but I don't know about this whole camera thing. This is crazy. Being told to take my wrench, put it back, take it back off. Hold on, you did that wrong. Put it back on. Let's try a different angle. Let's stop what we're doing, back up, start from the beginning, put the parts back on. Let's try this again. Most mechanics would have thrown up their middle fingers and said, get the, you know what, out of my shop. But again, there goes divine intervention. I felt a feeling inside myself that said, you need to put up with this. You need to work with this and make it work and find a way to integrate it into your shop. Don't put up your middle fingers. You need to make this work. It's taken time, it's taken a lot of patience, but I've found a way to make it all balance and make it all work. So it has made changes as far as the conventional way of running a shop. It has completely ruined that. But the advantages that have come along the way, and then the net positive that is the result of it all, is totally worth it in the end. Tyler's channel started to grow a little bit more. There were more videos, more cameras. I'm in the middle of 3 or 4 cars for your conventional everyday customer, and I'm trying to figure out how to fix these cars. And then my phone rings and I answer it, and it's Tyler. I've got this one car, the engine doesn't start, I want to film this, I need to have it done by the end of the week, blah, blah, blah. What do I do here? How do I make this work? I need to keep my day-to-day customers happy. I don't want them to run off. You can't call a customer up and say, your car's not going to be done today because we had to film, so we stopped working on your car. That's not going to work. You will get screamed at very quickly. So some of the ways that I found to balance that is, I would call the customer up and say, hey, can we get another day or two to work on your car? We had some things come up. I don't exactly tell them it's filming or anything. If you need the car right away, we're happy to keep going or keep working on it, but we had something come up. Would it be okay if I gave you a 10% discount and in order to get a day or two more out of this? And 9 times out of 10, no problem. So then I'd call Tyler up, say, hey, I got some extra time. Bring the car. Let's do this. Let's get the filming done. I'll get the car running. You can film your video, and inadvertently it would work. He would get his video out. The gain that I received out of this is once the video went out, That's the best advertising a shop could ever have. It reaches hundreds of thousands of people nationwide. They see me working in the shop, they see the name of the shop, and they associate my shop with, at the time, a fledgling YouTube star. And just as I had got that figured out and started to make all that work, then I get a phone call from Tyler Hoover that says, we're going to film a professional show. It's going to be called Car Issues. And there is a company, Bright Bay Creative, that's going to be producing this. Do you want your shop involved? Do you think you can make this work? I could find another mechanic shop, but it would be a huge deal. I really would like to work it here with you. And I said, what is this, like one day a week, or how is this going to work? He said, oh no, it'll be 24 cars, and there's really no schedule. It's just kind of when the cars show up, we need to film right now and get this done, and it may take the entire day. So there was more training on my part. Do I give up? Do I throw this under the bus? Or do I figure out how to make this work? How can I integrate this? It was really stressful in the beginning. Now I totally get it, but at the time it was very stressful. So I started saying with customers, we are now filming, doing professional filming. We're happy to work on your car. Your car will may be featured in the back of the video. The only downside is it may take a little longer to get your car done. But we'll work with you on the price. We'll be happy to help you out. It's just not going to be done at the snap of a finger. And I found when customers found out their car might be on a video, that totally their stress is gone, and they think, wow, this is cool. In my mind, I'm thinking, I'm going to lose so much business. This is going to cost me my shop. To film a video for Tyler, that would be the average thinking of a conventional shop owner. This is going to lose me my shop. But the opposite became true. It blew up the shop. The word got around, and have you ever heard of Omega Auto Clinic? I was there getting my car work done, and they were filming professional level quality studio quality videos in the shop. It's going to be on TV. This guy's like the big ticket here in the area, or things like that. Pretty soon I started getting phone calls over and over, and that's when the time came that I needed to hire another mechanic. There goes growth. That's how it works. There's more money coming in. I'm learning to deal with the stress of filming. I'm learning to deal with balancing a schedule, balancing keeping the film crew happy, keeping Tyler's YouTube channel fed with content. I'm starting to figure this all out. I got another mechanic hired so that I could say, here's this car, keep working on that in the background while I film. So progress is still being made on the mechanic side of the equation, and also progress is being made on the film side of the equation. And we got Car Issues finished and got it all done. And I thought, okay, so now I've pushed a lot of these people off. Now it may slow way down. But the opposite again came to be true. Once the word got out, Car Issues was filmed there. There was also a news article. The local newspaper did an article, and they showed pictures of the film crew filming there. And Hoovies Garage was also being filmed there, with those videos being out. It wasn't very long before the phone was ringing off the hook. That's when I knew I had to hire an office guy. And that's when I hired my guy Dave, who's been with me since that day for multiple years. He's been a very, very loyal employee. But I don't think he realized at the time when he started, the original bargaining chip was that he could sell cars for me, he could answer the phones, and over time he turned into be my publicist. I don't think he ever realized that. I don't think I even realized it at the time. If you were to fast forward to today, 50 to 60% of the phone calls and contact with the public that he deals with is strictly based on the fan base. You got people driving from out of state that want to visit the Wizard and say they've seen the outside of the shop. We've got people that are calling that want to speak to me that constantly, I got car questions, I got this and that. If it wasn't for Dave in the office, it wouldn't be possible. And I don't think I could hire someone today to be a receptionist that would even understand how this all works, or to be able to meld it all together. He's able to do it because over time, slowly, he has worked out his methods to make it all work. When the phone rings and he picks up the phone, it could be a fan, or it could be a customer, or both. You don't really know, and he doesn't really know, so that has to be ascertained every time the phone rings.
We'd like to thank Auto Tempest for their support of this month's videos on VINwiki. Auto Tempest is the best place to find your next car. Whether it's your dream car or your next project, anything you want to look for, it's the most powerful tool to search all the major listing sites at the same time. They give you much more specific search criteria. They are the supporter of Car Trek, and we cannot thank them enough for that, but this is now their 4th year of sponsoring the VINwiki channel. So be sure to thank them now by checking out the link in the description below to search for your next car. Autotempest.com, all the cars, one search.